you might see your partner as like a
grumpy, overworked man who leaves the toilet seat up, doesn't wash dishes, and doesn't fold clothes.
But your sister or your best friend might see a hardworking, dedicated family man who puts a smile on everyone's face around him. You guys get what I'm saying? And you want to keep it spicy. You want to change it up. And for those of you that are going to be like, oh, I don't have any ideas, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how, I'm going to break it down for you really quick. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it seems that anytime that I have like maybe an awkward topic for a video, I have people working outside, like in my backyard or on the side of my house, basically in hearing distance, and it always happens to be when I'm filming like an awkward topic video. It can't ever be when I'm doing like a makeup routine or like a skincare routine. It always has to be for a video like this, which just makes me feel a little bit on edge, like every single word that I'm saying is like hung on to, because I'm not gonna lie, whenever I bring people in here to film with me, I'm always like, you know what, don't worry about it, don't be stressed out. We have full control of editing. I can take out whatever I don't want. It's not like a live audience, but when there's people in like hearing distance from me, the pressure is on just a little bit more. Anyway, I'm gonna take one for the team, and if these guys are listening to what I'm saying in this video, maybe it's the type of advice that they can take home and apply to their wives and their relationships and their lives, because in today's video, we're going to be talking about 10 ways that you can kind of reignite the spark and the passion in, I'm not gonna say a dying relationship, but maybe a relationship that just kind of is lackluster. I feel like when you first get in a relationship, you're in that honeymoon stage, you're so in love with that person, you have those butterfly feelings in your stomach, and it's just overall really exciting. Then the longer than you're with that person, you kind of tend to fall into like an everyday routine and neglect that person in a way that you did not in the beginning. And I know that a lot of you girls write to me about this, and it is something that I personally feel can be resolved, can be fixed, but it's something that you both have to work on together. So this is the first video that I'm coming out with a topic like this. I did sit down at the beginning of this month and I was like, okay, it's February, you know what that means, Valentine's Day is coming up. We kind of got to do the typical Valentine's makeup, Valentine's hair, Valentine's outfit videos, but I'm like, you know what? I want to do something different this Valentine's Day. So I'm not going to be doing any of those beauty, fashion type of videos, but basically I want to be coming out with these advice videos. So again, this video right here is going to be how to ignite a spark or the passion in a relationship. I'm also going to be doing how to tell if he's really not that into you. And some of you guys did write in that you wanted to see how to know that he's the one. And also, surprisingly, a lot of you guys requested videos on kind of like sex tips. That one I'm not too sure about because my mom does watch these videos. Hi mom. And overall, I just don't really want to offend anyone. But let me know if you really want to see that video. Maybe I will consider it, and any other topics that you would like me to cover. So with that being said, let's jump into this one. Tip number 1, touch more. Whether it's holding hands or hugging, every single time that you see a possible moment to squeeze a hug or a little touch in can really help to keep the intimacy alive in a relationship. My dad actually gave me a piece of advice that many years ago I put into play, and I believe that it is so true and it's so powerful. He told me that whenever you're in a fight with your loved one, to kind of just hold hands. I know it sounds so weird because you're mad, you're in the moment, the last thing that you want to do is hold that person's hand, but it really does bring you down to earth. Human touch is a very powerful thing. So you want to hug often, hold hands often, kiss often, overall touch more often, and that will really help to kind of keep the intimacy alive. Number 2, leave each other little love notes. Now this is something that I absolutely love doing, and I kind of got Mike into doing it as well, and I will try to kind of slip in stories here and there. For example, advice that my dad gave me, things that I do in my own relationship. So yes, writing little love notes for each other, whether it's something that you're slipping into a lunchbox, because if you're like me, you kind of want to take care of your man and make him lunches. You can leave it on the dashboard of his car, maybe next to his keys or whatever you know that he's grabbing on his way out before he leaves for the morning. I just feel that text messages and emails have really taken over all of our communication, and it doesn't really show any effort. There's something really special about pen on paper. I feel that it is so romantic, and once I started doing that, I noticed my partner did it back, and it's a wonderful way to just start your day, even if it's just something really quick, missing you, thinking about you, can't wait for tonight. 2-3 sentences is all that it takes. Also, if you guys are having one of those days, and I'm not gonna lie, this happens to us all the time, we are some hot-headed people, where you're kind of just clashing, maybe you're both grumpy, you're both just in a mood, if you take a moment to go and read those notes or cards or whatever communication that you guys had with each other on one of those good days, it gives you a nice feeling. Maybe you'll start to forget why you were so mad in the first place, and it's just basically a mood changer. So definitely read those cards and notes and be sure to leave lots of them. Tip number 3 is be more unpredictable. In the beginning, when we start a relationship with someone, you're naturally more spontaneous, and I feel like it's really important to keep that alive no matter how long you're with someone. So for example, me and Mike will say maybe on a Monday or Tuesday night or during the week at 1 or 2 a.m., wake up, hop in our car, take a trip down to the 7-Eleven, get a tub of ice cream, come home, watch a show, like something that we just normally wouldn't do during the week. If that doesn't really work for you because you have a demanding job schedule, you could always say on a Saturday or Sunday, have a little staycation where you guys will go to a hotel that's maybe 5 minutes away from your natural habitat where you're at every single day of the week, and you just go to a hotel and have a little staycation. It's a different atmosphere, it's exciting, and it just gives you little things to look forward to. Bottom line is you want to keep life exciting. So just do random little things. They don't have to be extravagant and really out there. Just do little things to keep life interesting. That tip kind of goes hand in hand with tip number 4, and that is schedule moments to look forward to. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that a lot of people work Monday through Friday, and it's really hard to be spontaneous during the crazy work week, and come Saturday and Sunday, you're normally so exhausted from your work week that all you want to do is lay in bed and watch TV, and I love Netflix and chill. Like, that's an amazing thing to me. Don't get it wrong. Netflix and chill is definitely one of life's little pleasures, and I absolutely don't take it for granted, but it's not something that you want to do every single weekend. I think it's really important to make it a point to at least, I would say, 2 times a month, schedule special dates that are different from your norm, whether it's Netflix and chill or dinner and a movie, and those typical kind of routine dates that can get a little bit on the boring side. For example, you guys might want to go to a museum that you've never been to before, or go explore a nearby city. Mike is really into hockey, so we will make an entire day of going to a hockey game, and even though that's something that I'm not really into, we have a little kind of deal where, you know, he'll be able to enjoy his hockey game as long as he gets me whatever food I want, so I'm happy, he's happy. Another thing is I'm really into tea, and I always wanted to go to kind of like a little authentic tea house in the city, so that's something that we have planned coming up for next month. And yeah, you just want to have little things to look forward to out of the ordinary. Number 5 is to be sure to indulge in me time. Now, me personally, I love going to get my hair did, my nails did, I like getting my eyebrows threaded, I like getting my eyelashes permed. Occasionally, I like to indulge in yoga and massages, and I feel like when you feel better about yourself inside and outside, you're overall a more pleasant person to be around, and that is going to extend into your relationship. It will do amazing things for you, I guarantee it. I totally just sounded, do you guys remember that commercial where the guy was like, you're gonna like the way you look? I guarantee it. I totally just reminded myself of him. Okay. Number 6 is purposely miss each other. Anything in too much in abundance, like too much of a good thing, is never good. You need to allow yourselves to have time away from each other to really miss one another. Absence absolutely makes the heart grow fonder, and I would honestly just recommend scheduling a weekend away from each other where you catch up with friends and family separately. I know that I am so used to spending every single weekend with Mike, and we have our little routines, and when he's not there, it really does give me a chance to miss him, and vice versa. I feel like it's so important so that one of you don't take the other one for granted, and you just want to spend a little bit of time away. I'm not saying going on vacation, spending a month away from each other, but just a little bit of time away from each other, and then when you're back together, you can make up for lost time. Number 7, I would say to revisit the earlier days. This is one that is really important for me, and it's a lot easier for me because I do have a vlog channel where we basically documented like the week that we met, moving in with each other, going on vacation, holidays, like all of our important special moments, our very first Valentine's Day together. It's all documented, and when I actually sit down and watch those videos, all of the feelings kind of come back. Now, I'm not recommending for everyone to go out and start a vlog channel because I understand that those are very personal moments that most of us are not going to want to share with the entire world, but I do think it's important to kind of sit down with your partner and just reminisce on those old days. Maybe how you guys first felt, the first time that you laid eyes on each other, or the first time that you guys went on a date with one another. You want to bring back those butterflies in your stomach type of moments. I feel that it is so important to communicate, talk. It's going to do magical things for your relationship. Number 8 is to make a ritual for every single evening. Whether it is cooking dinner together while listening to 70s music, sitting down watching a certain TV series every single night, maybe taking a 5 to 10 minute walk after dinner together every single night, or even just sitting down in bed before you guys go to sleep, just discussing what was your highlight of the day. I feel that it's really important to just kind of wrap your day up together as a couple. Your partner is the first person that you see every single morning when you wake up, and the last person that you kiss and hold and hug goodnight before you end your evening every single night. And I feel that it's really important to just cherish those moments and make the most of them that you can. I always like to say, don't take them for granted while you have them, because whether you like it or not, these moments are not going to last forever. This person is not going to survive forever, and neither are you. And I've said it many times on my vlog channel before, when you're sitting on your deathbed, whatever you're arguing about, is this moment really going to matter? I feel like it's very important to just pick and choose your battles. It's something that I am personally working on myself. At the end of the day, a lot of these petty things that we fight about are really not going to matter. And me and Mike like to really make it a point, and we don't ever leave the house mad at each other. You never know what, God forbid, could happen. So we do not go to sleep mad at each other ever, and we never leave the house mad at each other. So that's just kind of another little pointer that I'm throwing in there. Number 9 is get others' perspectives. I feel that sometimes we tend to look at our partners in a very negative lighting, and we tend to see the cup as half empty instead of half full. And don't go out there and put your information to whatever random friends that just want to gossip, because we know those people are pretty much everywhere. Be selective with who you discuss this with, whether it's a best friend, maybe your sister or your mom. And a lot of times you might see your partner as a
grumpy, overworked man who leaves the toilet seat up, doesn't wash dishes, and doesn't fold clothes.
But your sister or your best friend might see a hardworking, dedicated family man who puts a smile on everyone's face around him. You guys get what I'm saying? Sometimes it's important just to get somebody else's perspective. And last but not least, number 10 is probably the most obvious out there. I wasn't gonna mention this, but you know what, guys? It's important, and I could make a video dedicated all about this topic, but again, I'm not really sure if we're going to go there. Sex. Sex is a very important part of a relationship, and you want to keep it spicy. You want to change it up. And for those of you that are going to be like, oh, I don't have any ideas, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how, I'm going to break it down for you really quick. Timing, toys, lingerie, movies, foreplay, fantasies, role-playing, flirtation, positions, location, and key point here, communication. All of that kind of jumbled up together will make you have an amazing sex life. And yes, it is so important. All right, guys, and we are going to go ahead and wrap up this video right here. I hope that this video did give you a little bit of inspiration. If you feel that your relationship is kind of lackluster at the moment, I feel that it's something that is very normal. It's something that you have to work at. You're not gonna have those, I'm not gonna say you don't have those butterfly feelings once you're with somebody for a long time, because I do personally feel that you can still have those feelings and get excited when they come home from work and to get dressed up and go out on dates. But it's just something that you have to work at a little bit more the longer that you're with somebody. So definitely do not lose hope. It does not mean that you're not meant to be together. Don't listen to all the negativity. It's worth giving a shot, but it has to be on both sides. I want to end this by asking you guys, what is your biggest tip on how to keep the passion and spice and excitement in a relationship alive? Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah. Bye.